It was just grabbing limbs and going from limb to limb down this extremely steep slope.
Both hikers are in good condition tonight. They admit, though, they weren't as prepared as they should have been and thanked search crews for their efforts.
A Seattle couple is home safe tonight after spending a cold night on the Wenatchee River. The two were rescued by helicopter today near Leavenworth. The two went rafting yesterday but got stranded when their raft deflated. Rescuers found them on a sandbar early this morning. They were not hurt.
Forced to swim for her life and leave her pets behind after Hurricane Katrina hit. We first told you about the woman who relocated to Seattle from New Orleans last summer. She thought her cats were lost forever. Tonight, they're reunited. Cairo 7's Deborah Horn is live in Seattle with this story. Deborah?
Amy, when Sefla Fuhrman fled New Orleans, she left food for her cats, but she wasn't sure they would survive. Well, they did, thanks to the kindness of strangers.
There's Mr. Chunky, poor little guy. Well, poor big guy. I mean, look at him.
It has been 9 months.
Come here, you.
Since Sefla Fuhrman had to make the heartbreaking decision.
You're okay.
To leave her 4 cats behind, leave them in the attic of her flooded house in a New Orleans neighborhood that was virtually underwater.
When I got here, I just put signs everywhere I could. Pet finder, anything anybody told me, I put up signs. And people actually went to my house.
One person in particular, Yasik from California.
Heard my story, went down there, sat in my attic for several hours, and trapped these 3 cats.
Chunky had already been rescued, but Yasik didn't have permission to take him, and the animal shelter closed because Hurricane Rita was coming.
He just vanished, and we couldn't find him, and I was literally ready to give up, but Yasik just put a lot of pressure, and he wouldn't give up.
It finally paid off. The head of the New Orleans shelter hand-delivered Chunky himself.
Yeah, special trip just here, just to give Chunky to me.
At home with her once again.
That I have him, it's just a miracle.
Sefla says she could return to New Orleans next week. She is a student at the University of New Orleans working on her PhD. She says finally there's electricity in the trailer FEMA is giving her, and she is going to take with her 2 of her cats. Reporting live in Seattle, Deborah Horn, Cairo 7 Eyewitness News.
Tonight, rescuers say there is little hope of finding any more survivors from this weekend's devastating earthquake in Indonesia. Tens of thousands of people who lost their homes in the 6.3 magnitude quake are living in makeshift shacks and camps trying to find food and water. Meantime, the official death toll tonight stands at just over 5,400. We now know the first volunteer from Northwest medical teams to head to Indonesia will leave tomorrow morning. Nurse Ann Johnson has hands-on experience saving lives in Indonesia after she and other volunteers spent a month there after a deadly earthquake 1 year ago. Now she's ready to go back after just returning from Sri Lanka. The missions, she says, are dangerous. Her philosophy is simple.
You go the day and the way you're supposed to. And if it's not my time to go, I'll be back to do this again. And if it's my time to go,